Today. Are you a leader, a CEO, a member of a board, or maybe you're a HR or people and culture leader in your organization? I want to talk to you about the meaning gap that is really growing exponentially in organizations today. As you know, people in organizations have never been more digitally connected and yet more emotionally disconnected. Teams are messaging each other constantly, and yet the real conversations, the ones that matter, are being avoided. Our calendars are full, and yet relationships are getting very thin. Performance, yes, is measured, but meaning is just assumed, and there's no way that people are really finding to measure that meaning. And in many organizations, I find that they once had rituals, things that created a culture of belonging. Since COVID and working from home, they've all been quickly and quietly eroded. Now, this isn't just a soft HR issue. This is a structural challenge. Organizations without shared narratives are struggling to coordinate really good action, and especially the new kind of action that is needed today when we're navigating a world that is, as they call, VUCA. Everyone's navigating great complexity, lots of uncertainty, and accelerating change. So we're seeing this meaning gap inside workplaces, and it has direct commercial consequences. Burnout is reducing productivity and quality of decision making. Mistrust is slowing down execution, and it's also fracturing collaboration and opportunity for teams to really come together. Anxiety is distorting our risk appetite and real clear strategic thinking. And lastly, the fragmented stories are really weakening what was once leadership alignment, when everyone was in the office together, when we were all shooting for the same vision. So when organizations start to see these cracks of the meaning gap, it often means we're forgetting why we exist. We're forgetting how to build sustainably. And culture starts to get treated like an add-on or something that learning and services and HR and people and culture look after. But it's something that's addressed after strategy, after all the operating models, KPIs, and the strat plan are all locked in. And what I want to tell you from working beside leaders in so many organizations is that's kind of backwards. Culture is not wallpaper, right? It's not something that we just wipe on, put on a mug, smile and say, this is our culture. Culture is the absolute bedrock and foundation. Just like when I live here out in the bush, exhausted soil can't grow healthy crops. No matter how sophisticated your strategy is, if you haven't actually looked at your foundations, it will not be sustainable long term. And this is why leaders really need to step it up and move up the, what I call the leadership evolution spectrum. I'll pop a link to that below. And if we want to change and really create change in organization that is going to live and outlast our working lifetime, then we have to change too. Our old models of leadership, the command and control, the extraction at all costs, the performance and hit your KPIs no matter what, does not produce trust. It doesn't produce adaptability, flexibility, and it certainly isn't creating resilience. We can see this in workplace safety data. The psychosocial hazard information shows us that more and more these are becoming real issues in organizations. And so all of those strategies from the past, they create short-term outputs. And while they're great in the interim, they're actually degrading the human systems that are underneath. People are slowly dying under these systems. So what do we require now? What's the big solution? There isn't any big solution, but there is a shift in our mindset and the way we start to look at culture and meaning and purpose and what our organizations stand for. We're now required to shift our leadership from being about that power as leadership to more of a frame of stewardship. It's what I call steward eldership after walking for over a decade with many elders. And steward eldership is it's not about being soft. It's not about being nice to everyone. It's about being coherent. Stewards, you see, they understand that the culture is actually a living system and that the shared meaning between co-workers, between leaders and employees, between us and our stakeholders and our relationships with our customers, that shared meaning precedes discretionary effort. That regeneration of trust and energy and capability is actually a strategic necessity. This is not some nice to have well-being initiative or a new fad thing. This is about strategically bedrocking your business, building trust, building capability. At Beside Leaders Global, we work beside leaders to help them actually regenerate their culture from the soil right through so that it becomes more fertile for the future. We don't do that through slogans. We don't do that through fancy posters on the wall. It's not through surface level engagement. We work beside leaders to help them look at how they recreate and restore clarity, trust, and accountability, and most of all, shared purpose at the roots in that bedrock of the company. Because when you find the soil is healthy, when the culture of your organization is healthy, then strategy has got something to take hold of and embed itself in. People start re-engaging. Execution and actually getting stuff done accelerates. And the organizations that we work with become more capable of meeting those future needs without burning themselves out or their people out in the process. I'd be delighted to talk to you more about how we can help you at Beside Leaders Global. Check us out on the web, besideleadersglobal.com.